All right. So day one was interesting. It's the first day of a 2-week trip, and you're like already out of the gate with this problem. So I'm driving along, and all of a sudden there was this light on the truck. Something about it falls short. The trailer. What?
You said day one.
I did. Yesterday was day one.
It didn't happen on day one.
It did. Yesterday was day one.
Yeah. Yesterday was day two.
Yesterday was day one.
Oh, okay. You're right.
He's counting the days from when I hooked up with them, but day one of actual travel was yesterday. Okay, Sunday.
Fair enough.
So, anyways, didn't think anything about the fault light. I asked Dad about it. He goes, I don't know.
No.
And then we had
Day two.
Sorry?
It was day two.
Yesterday was day one.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
He's arguing with me. Unfortunately, he's making the argument that he should. Never mind.
I just want to be on your video.
Well, that's no problem. You can be on a video. So then I'm driving in a car. A lady in an RV pulls up next to me, honks her horn, and I went down the window. She says, "Your tire is blown." I go, "What?" And so, okay, thank you. So I slowly pulled over. We get out of the vehicle, and yeah, the tire is blown. It's shredded. It's just gone. It's just not even like a flat. It was gone. It was a steel belted tire, and it was gone. Apparently, this was the spare of the RV when we traveled across the country earlier this year, and they had made a change in it because one of the tires had a little gouge in it. So Les Schwab, they made a swap. They got a brand new tire, which is now the spare, and they put the spare on the rim on the actual car, but it's now shredded. Okay, it's gone. All right, so that's not a big deal. Say, we have a jack? No, there's no jack here. Oh my gosh, I guess we got to call up road services. So first off, we call up AAA. The reason is AAA has maybe have more, contacts and places to go. And so we call up AAA and go, hey, thanks for calling us, AAA, da-da-da-da-da-da. No, you don't have travel trailer coverage, even though you have a premier status. No. Have a nice day. Okay, that's interesting. So then we call up Good Sam. Good Sam is more of an RV, more of a recreational type of organization. Again, my dad has a good premier membership for it, but no, we're sorry, you don't cover trailers. Okay, well that's been fixed, by the way, and now covers trailers. But the lady on the phone was helpful. I can put you in. I can get a hold of people to get you out there, to do this. You just got to pay the price. I go, yeah, well, fine, we'll pay the price. Now back to AAA. First off, is that we several times trying to get through the automated service. The automated service was terrible in the fact that it wouldn't recognize the trailer make and model. If I got a hold of the live person was like, we're sorry. Good Sam, we first started connecting. My dad's, even though we're both on T-Mobile, my dad's phone had a little harder connection. We got a hold of somebody, and we couldn't hear him, and it got it wasn't disconnected. We were still on the call, but gone. And the guy tried to call us back twice and just wasn't connecting. It was like, whatever. So we tried my phone instead. So the gal on the Good Sam was really nice. Instead, we weren't covered, and because we were on the phone with her, she could go find some people. And so she called us back with some names and some quotes. And so sure enough, about 10 minutes later, she called us back with some names and some quotes and said, yeah, let's do this. And so the one city towing out of Barstow had our number, was already on the way, and to take care of us. They gave us the numbers for it. That's great. Thank you so much for your help. And off she goes. My dad calls up to make sure, we're on our way. Thank you so much. The dispatch guy calls back, says, hey, it's just making sure where you're at, because the GPS coordinates we got from Good Sam put you in the Atlantic Ocean. Well, no, we weren't in the Atlantic Ocean. I gave GPS coordinates to the lady, and she did find us in Arizona on Interstate 40. So apparently the transcribing of the numbers. Huh?
Found us in California.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Not Arizona.
California. If I say, okay. Yeah, California. Interstate 40. And so, So we wait. Half an hour later, sure enough, up comes the tow truck. He sticks his nose out in the traffic a little bit, just make sure that people go by. Safety precaution. Ben's his name. Find out, just chatting with them. He was humming a song, Sweet Home Alabama. I go, well, we're not in Alabama. He says, so we're in the desert of California. He goes, well, better here than Afghanistan. Okay, so that maybe makes me think something. And he does mention that he is Army Reserve. Thank him for his service. He said, thank you for thanking me. And he was on his whole mission was to get us back on the road. So we had several stopping starts, might say. So the jack would not jack the vehicle up high enough because it was maxing out the weight. The weight was issued. It wasn't maxing out the height of the jack, just the weight. And so he calls back to his shop, trying to find some solutions. He came with a solution, but also I came talking to Dad to give a solution too. Basically, was why not roll the back wheel up onto a block that would raise the overall height of the trailer up. That would give you at least some of that height up. So all you got to do is push up enough of the truck. The two wheels are on a synchronized truck. They have a pivot point. So sure enough, put up. Hey, comes off. Tire goes on. Doesn't fit. The rim fits, but the bolts don't. The bolts will start seating down too soon. Okay, so the differences between the two rims are interesting, but there's no other bolts. There's no bolts. Oh my gosh. All right, so the guy, again, he's really wants to help us out somehow. By this time, one of the highway patrol guys comes by. He's really nice, helping us out too. His main focus is obviously get the truck back out off the road. It's a safety issue. He understands we're having issues here. So finally, we start calling some places up that would have tire services, on the road tire services. And one place wasn't answering, left a message. Another place was, I'm sorry, my truck is broken. Another place said we don't do Sundays, even though I guess apparently they don't advertise 24/7. So now we're like stuck. What are we going to do next, right? Well, we know it's a place, either direction, maybe back to Barstow or go forward, that could do it, but are they open on a Sunday evening? And so I said, well, why don't you call that guy back? Call the guy back who has the broken truck. And so we did. It's a Nash Tire Services. And so, yeah, to bring the tire. Oh, we got a spare tire? Fine, come on by. I'll re-rim it. No problem, okay? Great. It's fantastic. Ben has another call. Off he goes. Thank you so much for your help, Ben. By the way, he was going to not charge us. The original cost was $300. The shop said just charge him half of it. And he's like, no, I'm not going to charge him any of it. We're like, no, you still, no. So we did give him $200 which is great, okay? And then the highway patrol guy said, anything else? I did ask him about how safe it would be to staying out here at the RV. He wasn't sure how to answer that question. So I get it, okay? So off he went. I should have, back hindsight, should have said, hey, can you just come back in an hour to check on me, make sure I'm fine? Anyways.
The highway patrol guy.
Yeah, the highway patrol guy, right. So I went off, Dad went off, with Gracie to go get this tire. So I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, because, it's fine, but it's hot in the trailer, even though open the windows up. It's like 90 degrees outside. It's starting to cool off, but I'll go outside sometimes, cool off a little bit, just waiting. And it's like, okay, well, finally he comes back, and with a jack, by the way. So the guy had loaned him a jack. I'll tell you more about Nash in a minute. But so we put the truck out, we raise it up, put the spare on, run it down, we took the tire on, run it down, we're good to go. We load everything up again, rehook the truck to the trailer, off we go to Nash's. Okay, that's up. Now it's like 8 o'clock-ish, okay?
So we had to take
yeah, he loaned us his jack, which I don't know, if you had a Les Schwab or a Big O's tire or something that would actually loan you the jack. So Nash's is interesting. So we go to Nash's, and a better word for it is called a compound. So he has a nice fence, beautiful fence, okay? Nice fence with a gate, a call button, some guard dogs. Nash comes out, and he didn't want to just loan us a jack. He wanted down a deposit. And apparently he thought Dad paid him money for a deposit, but no, they didn't do that. So he felt, oh my gosh, I almost got ripped off of the job and a jack. No, we came back, and then he, of course, we got to pay up now for the services. And this is where you start thinking, he lives in a mobile home, and my dad says that his whole facility is outside. Now, this guy with a broken truck, he does repairs 24/7. Get a phone call at 3 a.m., truck on the road, he'll go off to help it. So I think that's most of his work through his truck, not necessarily at his place, but he has a lot of tires there, which is why if we had to re-rim it, a new tire, he didn't have that, but he could re-rim it. And so it was interesting because it looks like a sketchy place, but the guy was nice, had some stories about his pit bull dog. Unfortunately, his pit bull dog cut down on his arm one time. I think the pit bull got shocked by, I think apparently he said a car got hit his RV. No, sorry, his mobile home. And I think it freaked him out, you know. So that's why, but he lost like a couple of arteries and a broken bone. And like, oh my gosh, you know. But anyways, he had a phone and Square app. So you pay him, he would like to pay cash, he said, but without that, we don't have cash. And so, okay, let's go ahead and do the Square. Okay, dude has a computer also. I mean, let's say that's an issue, you know, but he said he just recently got a brick computer, a block that's like, you know, has everything SSD and all one thing attached to his monitor. It's like, oh my gosh, you know, the guy knows his stuff, you know. It's like he has his phone, he knows what he's doing. So like, you wouldn't have thought that just looking at him. That's why you never judge a book by cover. So we finished up, said goodbye, thank you so much, you know, and then we got on the road again. And 2 hours later, we made it to our spot in Needles, pulled in, hooked up, and then basically said goodnight.